Hey everyone, it's Duncan again, with the Artificial Intelligence Club at UCI. Ahead of the quarter, I wanted to give a quick guide on virtual environments and Jupyter Notebooks. We're talking about making virtual environments specifically with Python. If you haven't already, go ahead and download the latest version, which comes with the virtual environment module for use out of the box. I already have Python installed on this machine, so I won't be doing it here, but the process is pretty straightforward. We'll have to decide where to put our new project. I already have a directory prepared, which I'll copy so I can navigate to it with the command prompt. Let me bring the command prompt and the directory side to side, so that you can see how the virtual environment populates the project with new files. While we're here, you can type in the command py-version to check to see if you have Python installed. After that's done, I'm going to type in the command py-m venv. This command creates a new folder called env, which is used to store our various library files. Once the command is finished running, I can navigate into the env folder and find the scripts folder. This folder contains an important batch file that allows us to activate our virtual environment inside of the command prompt. Once the virtual environment is activated, we can use pip to freely install any dependencies our project might have without interfering with any other development environments on our computer. Here's what that looks like. I'm going to activate the batch file by writing env /scripts/activate. I can tell that the virtual environment is active because before the path, there's an indicator in parentheses that pops up when I activate a virtual environment. While activated, I can see which library modules are installed in the virtual environment by typing pip list. For now, there are only 2 library modules installed. If we navigate out of the scripts folder and into the lib folder in the env directory, we can see our installed library modules. As you can see, the folders listed correspond to what we see with pip list. We can add new packages to this folder by using the command pip install. The newly installed package, as well as any dependencies that it needs, will appear in this local site packages folder, which can be accessed by any Python programs that you write inside of your project directory. Here, I'm installing the Jupyter Notebook package by entering pip install Jupyter Notebook. Pip automatically gathers all of the required dependencies, which results in multiple packages being installed at once. With many project dependencies having various dependencies of their own, it's clear that if every project on a given machine shares the same dependency list, things get very unwieldy very fast. Alright, installation's done. I use pip list again to look through the new packages in my virtual environment. With just one new installation, my list of packages has grown significantly. Before getting into Jupyter Notebooks, I wanted to install one other library module that's used in many machine learning projects in Python. I type in pip install numpy, so I can use that package in my demo. Virtual environments with pip also allow you to control the versions of the packages you install. You can use different versions of specific libraries depending on what your project calls for. Alright, let's open Jupyter so we can make an interactive Python notebook. After typing in Jupyter Notebook into the command line, a browser window pops up. I'm presented with an interface that mirrors my project directory on my local machine. Jupyter allows me to create new interactive Python notebooks from this interface, and these notebooks are saved into my local directory. You can make a new notebook by clicking on New, then Python 3 in the dialog located in the upper right corner of the interface. I'm going to start with a classic Hello World program to demonstrate some of the functionality of an interactive Python notebook. As you can see, when I run the notebook, the output is placed right below where the code is. I can find my new Hello World notebook in the root of my project directory. I can see the name is untitled, so I'll go ahead and change that by double-clicking on the project title at the top. After, I'll write some more code in a different cell to my Hello World code, this time importing numpy and calling the arange function with it. I can run code cells in an interactive notebook separately from each other. My second code cell creates an array of values called ARR, which I will then display using a third code cell. Note that you can also run code cells in different orders. which encourages experimentation and makes the trial and error process of machine learning much easier. I'll demonstrate by overriding the ARR variable with a string using the fourth cell. When I run the third cell, even though the third cell is written before the fourth cell, the state of ARR is maintained because I ran the fourth cell before I ran the third cell. The current order of the cells can be viewed on the left and is dictated by the order that they've been run, not the order that they've been created. As you can see, interactive Python notebooks are pretty intuitive to use. They also serve as a great way to demonstrate concepts that you've been testing, since you can send your audience interactive Python notebooks, and they can explore your projects by running different code cells that you've prepared. Hopefully you found this video helpful. Let me know if there are any specific topics that you want me to cover in the comments below. That's all for now. See you next time.